going? I'm at a hotel hotel somewhere in where the hell are we? Outside of Asheville. It's kind of loud. I'm in the common area. Just missed continental breakfast. I don't really fuck with that anyway. Just get the coffee normally. Great show last night. Insane, awesome, packed. Um, Thank you guys so much. I'm very surprised on North Carolina this time. Anytime we've been inland on North Carolina, it's usually kind of weird. We always seem to do better on the coast, like Wilmington, places like that. And this past weekend was crazy. Uh, Asheville last night, and I mean, it was packed. And then Friday we had a sold out show in Raleigh, and so that was just nice. Everybody's really happy with that. So thank you guys for coming out. Tonight we got a show at New Brooklyn Tavern in Columbia, South Carolina, and we haven't been to Columbia in years. And the show isn't selling that well. It picked up a little bit last week, but it's definitely not doing great. So I don't know what to expect. Honestly, I don't know if it's going to be like a good one or not. We played like it's the same thing with Roanoke a few days ago. Hadn't played Roanoke in like 10, 11 years, something like that. And the show was just super weird. It was in like an old church that was converted to a music venue, it was cool. But I don't know, some of the vibe about it, just we all kind of felt like I was a couple songs in going like, should I be cussing? Because we had I think the first song had a cuss word in it, like dropping F-bombs. And I literally asked myself if I should be cussing because it felt like I was playing to a church crowd. And if you guys know me, I don't do church. I don't do any of that stuff, religion, anything like that. So it's always kind of a weird thing. There were people there were enjoying themselves for sure. They were having a good time, but it was just a weird show. Everybody's like, that was brutal when we got done, And there were people clapping and stuff. It's hard to explain. You see people like enjoying it. They're smiling. They're singing along and stuff. But like the energy was just way down. And it was almost like we were playing for a bunch of people that hadn't seen us before or even heard of us. It's kind of strange, but thank you guys for coming out. Anybody that made it to that Roanoke show. So yeah, tonight, I'm wondering if it's going to be the same thing. It's like a bar, so I don't know. The stage is probably going to be this big, and we'll see. Hopefully it's good. We've never played there before. Yeah, New Brooklyn Tavern, Columbia, South Carolina tonight. And then we have 3 shows left after this because we canceled Athens on Tuesday because it was selling horribly. We sold about 11 tickets, and it's a 600 cap room, so you can imagine what that would look like. Not a good look. And it just, they wouldn't have been able to cover, cost of opening the building that day, So we just cut our losses, and we did run some ads and stuff, so we lost a couple $100 there, I'm sure, but I think it's just better for morale that we don't do it, and we try to come back when it's a better time, because I think it's spring break right now, and Athens, I believe, is a college town, and we should have known that going in, and you'd think after 18 years of touring that we'd figure this out by now, but we never really went to Athens that much before, so we just thought, hey, let's try it, let's see how it goes. But, oh, duh, spring break. So we have the day off. We're gonna start driving to Florida tomorrow. Our friend has a warehouse, and we're gonna use that as a rehearsal space for our Sugar Shack acoustic pop-up thing that we're doing on Sunday. We're figuring out 4 songs. They want 4 songs, so we're trying to figure out which songs those are and what ways to adapt them to acoustic rather than just like, we don't necessarily want it to sound like we're just playing the songs on acoustic guitars. We want to have a different kind of vibe with them. So kind of like what we did with the Sugar Shack play a couple years ago. And then we're going to run through the Reggae Rise Up set just to be sure everything's good. We run Click and some tracks on Ableton every night. And, sometimes there's issues. Like if it's a new set, there's usually some kind of bugs to work out. Like a transition is like too close or not close enough, or there's too much space between songs, or a weird noise or a sample. Sebastian likes to throw in stupid, goofy sound bites that only we can hear to make us laugh and break. And it works. It definitely works. Sometimes there's too much, but we love him for it. But yeah, we just go through the set and make sure everything's smooth and running and easy. Yeah, it should be pretty easy day on Tuesday then, just to get that done. Just a few hours. And then kind of do nothing until our Gainesville show on Thursday. No, Stewart on Thursday. Right? Yeah, Stewart's on Thursday, and then Gainesville is Friday. Gainesville can be weird sometimes, but and the ticket sales are doing okay for that one as of last week. So we'll see where it goes. Stewart usually does really well. Duderman is a great promoter. We've been working with him for years, and he just crushes it. He has a whole street team that just destroys. So Saturday, the ladies are coming down this weekend, and they're staying in the St. Pete area. So Saturday, we're going to meet up with them and kick it at their Airbnb by the pool. Just drink some non-alcoholic beers, get back in the sun. It's funny. I was thinking about the non-alcoholic beer stuff. Like, I haven't drank, and it'll be, this weekend it'll be, 10 months. 10 months. Yeah, 10 months of no alcohol. And I'm doing great. It's fine. But it's funny, like, I've gotten to the point where, like I understand the reason for non-alcoholic beers, because I still drink them, at shows and stuff sometimes. But, like, sitting by the pool, for example, like, where I would used to, like, grab some Coronas and chill out. It's like, do I get NA Coronas and just, blow $15 on a 6-pack or whatever it is, just because, or do I just drink water? Like, I can get a case of water for $3. It's like, I like to be in the vibe, for me, it's all about vibe. And when everybody else is drinking, having a good time and stuff, it's like sometimes, you want to be in the vibe. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm spending money on, like, just emptiness. Like, sad vibes. I don't know, man. Anyway, so that's what we're doing Saturday. And then Sunday, we got Reggae Rise Up. March 17th, St. Patty's Day. I'm not a fan of St. Pat's. I don't want to trigger anyone out there, but I just think it's a dumb holiday. It's like, oh, let's drink more. Let's drink our faces off. It's like, you guys do this every weekend. What's the difference? Is that a controversial take? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you guys very much for coming on to all the shows. It means a lot to us. We are so grateful for these sold out shows and low ticket warnings and like all that stuff's been huge. And I feel momentum, and I feel there's something special happening right now with the band. So we've always like caught these waves. We've caught I feel like I really need to sit down and work this out, but I feel like we're in our maybe third wave of popularity, and we've been doing this a long time, and I feel like it's coming back, and now we need to figure out how to stay on the wave, how to ride the wave out a lot further, and really solidify the career, because still not in a space where I'm comfortable. Like, most of us have families, and we have to take care of people, and it's just a lot of grind for not a lot of return. That's just business in general. You're doing a lot of grind for not necessarily a lot of return, and not everybody can be Green Day or Foo Fighters or Meatloaf or anything like that. So it's a lot of work. So I just want to get to a point where I'm not having to worry about paying the mortgage, and I want to be able take my family to do nice things and not think about how much it's going to cost. You know, we're not talking about living some ridiculous, like, extravagant life. You know, it's just like, but just taking the kids to the beach for a week, you know, is very, like, stressful. You know, like it's a couple grand just to be there and, you know, exist, you know, eating food and things like that. We try to bring groceries and things, but things are so expensive, you know. Um, so I just want to get to a point where I don't have to think about these things and I can just live more comfortable. You know, I don't need to be rich. When I was a kid, I wanted to be rich. I want to be all over MTV and all that. But as you grow up, you start to realize the realities of that. And I just want a good career where I don't have to work as much as we do. I love playing, but like I can't do 200 shows a year, you know, when I'm 50 years old, especially in a band, you know. Anyway, so those are my thoughts for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you made it to the end of this, come see our shows. We're going to be in South Carolina tonight, Columbia, and then we've got Stewart, Gainesville, and St. Pete, Florida this weekend or next weekend, whatever. Our piece update out later, Gators, later Florida Gators.